We are live. We're live. What's up, y'all? What's up? Today is day 4 of 7 days of live. I am really fired up about this topic. This topic has come up like so much on the other streams, and I'm really fired up about it. I want to take a second to say thank you, everyone, for being here. If you're listening in playback, because this will be a podcast, thank you for being here. If you are listening to this, you can watch this in playback. There's a link down below in the description. You should check it out. I'm seeing so many people here. Mr. Pantone, Prime at a Nexus. Matt be like, slow progress is still progress with the stream, right? I know, dude. 2 nights ago, the connection was just, it was trash for a second, but we made it through. Nick Mayfield, what's up, Matt? Day 4. It's so good. This has been really fun. All right. I hope everybody is doing well. I've always wanted to do this because, like, it's just different. Like, we go live every Sunday, but if you go live every single day, like, you see who continues to show up, and, like, I don't know. There's just something about building even more of a community in doing that. So Zach Watterson just became a level 1 Mafia member. Welcome to the other side of the Mafia. You're just a little bit deeper into the Mafia. I love you, Mental Fit Mafia. Zach, thanks for joining us. You're gonna be able to drop some custom emojis now. Like, check them out. I still have more of them that I'm adding, and I love those custom emojis. Everybody's dropping MFM. It looks like Benji just dropped the actual logo of the Mental Fit Mafia. I really appreciate you guys. Atlas Guitar, not going to lie, I'm going to miss the daily streams a bit once they're over. So, Atlas, here's the thing. This was a test, and this is a great way to start into this. I wanted to do this 7 days of live for 2 reasons. One, I wanted to interact with you guys more. I wanted to be able to just be involved with you more. There's something about making content and then having to pump that out, post-production, all that, which is great, but I just want to be able to interact more. So interaction with you more. And then also I wanted to push myself because, of course, this is scheduling. This is taking time out of my day every single day, but it's beautiful because I've been calling y'all in and talking to you, hearing your voices. There's been a lot of insight. This has been a huge few days just getting to know all of y'all. There's been so much insight. Again, I'm super, super happy. Shout out to the mod gang, Prime. I think I saw, where you at? There you are. Jay Wolfie, what's up, Jay Wolfie? Just looking deeper. Random Andy's channel. That man is always here. I hope you're well, man. I hope you're well. Guys, check out Random Andy's channel because he has some good stuff, and I'm pushing him to get that face on camera. I am imposing my will upon him. Nah, I'm just kidding, bro. You do what you want. It's your channel. I want to see that face, though. All right. Tonight, we are talking failure and how to embrace that for life and for fitness. If you haven't caught any of the other streams, we delved into failure because last night we talked about self-motivation, and failure is just so evident. It's the yin and the yin and the yang. They go hand in hand. So I wanted to talk about failure as a whole and how as a society we do not embrace failure as a good thing. We look at failure as a bad thing, and as a whole, society is wrong. Completely wrong. So I want to talk about it tonight. I want to bring you on. I am going to call some of you in. I want to talk about this because this is such a hang-up for so many people, and myself included. There was a point in my life where I looked at failure as a bad thing, but failure should be your best friend. It is like the great hack if you can really embrace failure, because failure is only a measurement of where you are. It's not a measurement of your worth. So if you failed at something, okay, that's fine. Let's pick it up and keep going. Let's learn what we need to learn. Let's try again. Let's get stronger. Let's lift more weights. Let's get back up and run. If you got injured from working out, or if you broke your leg, whatever, you're going to learn something from that failure. If you don't learn from the failure, then you are wasting your time, absolutely. If you overwhelm yourself with failure and thinking that failure is a bad thing, I promise you what you're working on, you will not be able to achieve it with that mentality. I say that with no negativity. I say that actually from love, that you have to embrace that failure is a fantastic thing. Movies are terribles up in here. What's up? He says MFM. That is Jeremy from My Friend Watches, if you don't know. And his channel, Movies Are Terrible, doing good things over there. All right, I'm looking through. Jay Wolfie, I see failure as a good thing as it shapes who I am today. Absolutely, Jay Wolfie. So this is why I have a bit of an issue with the word regret. Now, when I say I have an issue with the word regret, I'm not saying regret is impossible. You know, I think if you kill somebody, you can't help but regret that. What I'm talking about is people regretting things that is simply in the learning process. You know, again, failing at something. I talked about, obviously, a very sensitive topic that I failed my nursing boards the first go-around. But continuing to go and looking at it is like, all right, well, yeah, I didn't pass the test, so let me study and come back and crush that damn thing. And I did. So, no regrets, 00 Kevin. Brian, we watched Jeremy's live earlier. Movies are terrible. Man, I'm sorry, Jeremy. I couldn't be there, bro. I'm sorry. I Life to Die For. If you don't fail, how do you know when you succeed? Absolutely. And you wouldn't appreciate it as much if you didn't have the failures. Absolutely. A Life to Die For. So, my mom has always said something, and this relates, that the diamond days wouldn't seem so beautiful if you didn't have rock days. Not every day is going to be a diamond day. Not every day should be a diamond day. Roman, you really coming in here with that? Hey, give me that. Hey, give me that. He's got a squeaky toy. Hey, Jenna, little help here. She's not going to help. Okay. Brutal's channel, thank you for the super chat. Failing is a part of life. You can only improve yourself going forward. Absolutely. But I want to... Screw it. I want to call a few of you in right now because I was doing that late in it, but I want to do it now. Let me read Random Andy. Random Andy, I have failed to keep losing weight so many times, but not this time. One of the best things about this community is that I have gotten to know so many other people that are encouraging and supportive. Absolutely, Random Andy. Absolutely. It really is. It's becoming an even stronger community. I'm very proud of this community, seriously. Thank you again, Brutal's channel, for that super chat. I really appreciate it. You have one job, Jenna. Jenna! I think she's got her headphones on. All right, let's do this. I want to get y'all in. I want to dive in and talk about it. I feel like I can get... You had one job, and they know about it. You have one job. Roman's in here chewing on his squeaky toy. It's killing me. All right, I want to get y'all in. I feel like, you know, me talking about failure as compared to talking to you about failure, it's not. It's gonna be better talking to you. Ironclad Nomad, what up, Matt? I hang on to the phrase "failure is planning." Failure is. Come on, Matt. Failure. You can do this. You can do this. Pretty much, Jenna. Failing to plan is planning to fail. Absolutely. And I've heard it the other way around, sort of, that if you fail to prepare to fail. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's in the same wheelhouse. All right, here we go. Like I said, I am going to pop this up that Jenna just gave me, Roman's squeaky toy, and she put it in between my legs. Now, I have a Google number that I'm going to pop up on screen, and I want you to call it. If you have a problem with failure, or if you think failure is fantastic, I want you to talk about it. I want to know about it. So let me pop it up on the screen. Yes, Jenna, I have my charger today. Here we go. The number is popping up now. I want you to call me. Is there a line when you are no longer learning from failure? I say yes, but only when you choose to no longer learn or give up entirely. Prime, absolutely. Yeah, without a doubt. Here's the thing. If you're failing and failing and failing and failing and choosing not to learn from it or just sticking your head in the sand, yeah, you're missing the point of failure. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Heath Ledger in the chat. In what way do you think would be the best way to recover from failure? Running wise. Recovery. Failure to me, that I got to ask you more questions on that. Hang tight. Well, I just had somebody calling in, and now Paul is gone. I've been talking to Paul outside of here, so I got him in the phone. Paul, call me again, bro. Random Andy. One of the things that has helped is keeping up with the walks. Yeah, man. And to sweeten it, I like to ask those in the Discord to chat. Oh, yeah. It makes the walks great. Shout out to MFM. So yeah, Random Andy's talking about the Discord that we have, and you've been walking, and I think you've been sort of enticing them to keep pushing you, which is incredible. Making sure this number is active and good right now. Here we go. All right, we got somebody. Brandon.
To accept.
Brandon.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, man? Good to meet you, if you can say. Good to meet you, man.
So this is my first time calling in. How you been?
I'm good, man. How about yourself? What's your screen name?
My screen name is Brandon Ferguson.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. What's up, man? What's up? I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing great.
So, what are your feelings towards failure?
My feelings towards failure is that I feel like it gives you a lot of experience. I feel like it can be a good thing.
Okay.
There's times where when I first went to college, I failed,
Okay.
And, I didn't get through it, and I'm back in it now, and I'm doing great.
Awesome. So, whenever you weren't, like, it sounds like you just said you were in college, you failed it at one point. Did you view failure in a bad way at any point in your life?
Yeah, actually, yeah. When I did, when I went to the college first time and I failed it, I was like, maybe this isn't for me.
Okay.
And I started to kind of like get down on myself about it and stuff like that. I actually stopped going for a couple of years.
Sure.
And, went back into it, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to take it seriously this time. And then once I got those good grades, man,
So wait, did you just were you just simply applying yourself, and that was the shift for you?
Yeah, it was mostly the applying myself that was the shift, yeah.
Okay. So you didn't let failing, like literally failing at the actual college part of it, be like, all right, well, I failed, so I guess I'm tapping out. This isn't for me. Like, you went the other way, and you're like, all right, well, there's got to be a way. I know other humans have passed college, so I know that I can do this. Just buckle down and study harder. Well, good for you. So what did you succeed at with college? What degree did you get?
I haven't got my degree yet. I'm still working on it.
Okay.
But most of it was I was trying to do something that I thought that I wanted to do, but it was too difficult. So I kind of switched gears into a different direction and found that as a lot easier.
So is it what you want to be doing is the big question?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing what I love to do, man, and that's foreign languages.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? So what language?
Spanish.
Well, hit me with something.
Oh, you want me to talk Spanish?
I won't be able to respond, but hit me.
Okay. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Okay, I know that. I'm doing well. Well, that's awesome, man. I'm happy for you, for real. I'm happy for it. That's good. So what are you going to do with that?
What I would like to do is become like an interpreter or a translator.
Okay.
Or even a teacher would be kind of cool too. Just be a Spanish teacher would be cool too. But
you got options, bro. You got options. Good Lord, you got options. I mean, to literally be able to communicate from one language to another That's huge. I want to take the time to do that one day. And this is about you. This is not about me. But like, there's something about like social media. And I mean, a big portion of what I do is communication. At the end of the day, it's communication. So for you to be able to talk, multiple languages, man, yeah, there's a lot that you're going to do. So I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. Hey, man, I appreciate you calling in. Look, the chat's right now throwing out Spanish. I don't know what you want me to do with that. That's awesome, man. I'm happy for you. Well, I appreciate you calling in, man. It's really cool to hear your voice because I've seen your screen name a long time now.
Oh, man, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right, I bet I'll talk to you soon.
All
right, bye. I'm not lying. I took 3 years of Spanish, and I did okay, but it was in high school. I didn't really apply myself as much. But that would be in all honesty, I do want to learn another language. It's taking the time to devote it, Chief Supreme, I learned a bit of Spanish from The Office, me and you both. Hola, Miguel, ¿cómo estás? Biden? Yo soy Ken Cutton. That's what he said. That's what Jim said to Mike. I don't remember that. Oh, yeah. I do remember that. If you guys don't know, I'm a huge Office fan. All right, let's get somebody else in here. Y'all give me a call. AT&T, es no bueno. Vivid, you got me with that, bro. So if you weren't on Holden Stream this past Sunday, I think, he is not a fan of AT&T. And, yeah, he's not a fan. All right, I'm waiting on y'all to call in. I want to talk to somebody that's struggling with failure and their perception of it. Abby.
To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
Abby?
Yes.
First of all, I love your name. What's up? How are you?
Good. How are you? Thank you.
I'm doing well. It's cool to hear your voice. Now tell me, what's your screen name?
It's Abigail. I'm actually one of your clients.
Oh, Abigail! Why am I doing this? So I had another guy on yesterday, a Trevor, and I'm never knowing who these people are. But okay, awesome! I'm so glad to hear your voice. This is really cool. So how you doing?
Everything's okay. Just got home from work. It's been a little crazy.
Okay. So tell me something. What's your relationship with failure?
Well, I always tell people, like, I've always had a hard time kind of just accepting that I failed. Just like, when I did EMS, I do EMT, and I failed.
Okay.
The first time I went to do my test, and it was hard for me to accept that because I'm not perfect. It's always been a thing of never to fail, so that was really hard on me, and I almost actually didn't go back, but, people talked to me, and they were like, Abby, you're smart, you can do it, kind of thing, but it was hard to accept that kind of failure.
Sure.
So now, I'm going to school to start paramedic school, and I'm in the point where I'm like, am I ready for this?
Okay.
Am I going to fail again like I did the first time for EMT?
So you have do you feel fear because of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would imagine. So if you guys don't, well, wait a minute. Depending on what state you're in, well, regardless, I'm pretty sure it's national. So if you guys, go ahead.
Go ahead. So I live in Connecticut, actually.
Okay.
And our national registry, it's kind of different for the EMTs because that's just like basic life support.
Sure.
But actually for paramedic, it's 2 years. It's pretty much nursing school, but it's really hardcore. And
yes.
As I failed the first time around when I did my EMT, so it's scary.
Absolutely, without a doubt. So, and tell me this, because I know in Florida, I'm pretty sure you have to get your EMT before you can get your paramedic. I don't think you can go straight for your paramedic. Is it the same way in Connecticut?
Yeah, it's the same way. So I've been doing EMS for 2 years, actually.
Okay.
And I just finished. I applied last year for paramedic school, and I got accepted this year. So school's starting in a week or so, because over here our stuff for COVID is a little different. But
okay.
Yeah, and it's just kind of I'm taking a step back on should I go and just fail? Like, you know, because like for me, for failure is not an option. Like I don't like to fail. That's just like
Okay.
not a thing. Like it's hard for me to accept that kind of thing.
Tell me something, and I'm really digging into you here. Like, did you make really good grades in high school?
Yes, actually, I was an honor roll
Yeah,
student.
I
A
could.
little bit of a nerd.
Okay.
Yeah, I did pretty good. Yeah, I actually went to college. I majored in accounting, but it's not something I actually like to do. It's like family stuff. But yeah.
I could feel that in you. Are you very organized?
No, that's another problem I have.
Okay, well
Like
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. You and I share that. Okay, good. um, okay, all right. So yeah, I mean, I could feel that on you when you were saying that. That you know, failing at something that you've done really well, in high school and all that, I can get why that would feel like a punch in the mouth. So when you said that failure's not an option, you don't mean it by way of failure's not an option, like I'm going to keep going. You mean failure's not an option. I don't want to fail. I don't want the actual act of failing.
No, because I feel like if I fail, like I'm not good enough for
Okay.
what I'm doing. I feel like there's no point of me doing it if I'm not good enough and I'm gonna fail.
So tell me this. First of all, being a paramedic, that's you switch from accounting to wanting to be a paramedic. That's for sure. That's what you want, right?
Of course.
Beautiful. That's okay, you're halfway there. So, my question to you is this. The failure part. Let's say that you do fail your paramedic exam. What's the first thing that runs through your head like, crap, I just failed. Like, what's the first thing through your head?
I feel like crap. Like I just feel like I'm just not good enough for it. Like
Okay.
why did I put myself through that kind of like situation? Like if I knew I was gonna fail.
Is there any piece of you that gives a crap about what other people think? Like family, friends, people around you, strangers that knew, holy crap, she failed her paramedic exam.
Yeah, I do care. Just because like always been looked down on, or I've like had people like always say, "Well, Abby, you are not good enough for that kind of job," or whatever the case might be. So like that reflects on me. That affects me. Like so that's why I don't like to fail. I want to prove people right on that end.
I don't know. I don't know every bit of you. I could be wrong, but I think that's where your dilemma may lie. Is investing yourself in what other people think. So here's the thing. And I say this with all due respect. You want to know something really, really beautiful? How
Yeah.
how close are you with friends or family? Fairly close? Do you have people in your life like that?
Uh, I would say 50. Really, not as much. Not like before.
Not crazy close. Okay. So here's the thing. No one gives a damn what happens to you.
Right.
So I know that sounds really abrupt, but I promise you that you will be the person that will not be sleeping because they know that you failed. I promise you they won't miss 1 ounce of shut eye over that because it doesn't affect them. Like they may pass judgment, sure, but I guess this is my next question. Let's say they did find out that if you did possibly fail, what happens? Like what actually happens when they find out that you fail?
Um, they're just gonna look at me and say like, "Told you so." Kind of just like, "Why did you put yourself through that, knowing you will fail?" So like, things like that. Just put me down pretty much, and just made me feel like I will never be good enough for that kind of job.
Okay, so just words.
Yeah.
Okay. While I will agree with you that words can definitely hurt, they damn sure can't kill you. And I know you know that. But
Right.
if this is something that you love, and again, let's just say that you do fail, how good would it feel to go back, study your butt off, to go back, pass that exam, and then look at those same people that threw shade and be like, oh, so what were you saying? I'm a paramedic. Like how good would that feel?
would.
It really would. Like
That's how I felt.
that's how,
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no. Go ahead. You said that's how you felt. What for your EMT?
Well, that's for my EMT. So like pretty much, it's like I said before, it came down really hard on me, and I was hard on myself just because I did study and I felt like I put the effort.
Sure.
So when I did go the second time, I was very prideful about it, but I did go the second time, and I passed. And it felt great. You know, I didn't tell too many people, but like it was a good feeling to know that like I passed.
And so and here's the other thing. Like I want to take a look at this too. Like the measurement of the test is not a measurement of you. It's simply a measurement of have you met the standard for this state and what you have to know. It's simply a knowledge-based thing. And seeing how you've never been a paramedic, like all you've done is read about it in books. I mean, yeah, I mean, you're not going to be able to absorb every single piece of information. And the question is, did you just absorb enough to get to the test? The real practical knowledge comes on the job. And I mean, you're an EMT. You've been around it. You've seen it. You feel it. You know it. That ultimately it's the safety of the patient. And I'll bet that your clinical skills, like your hands-on skills, I bet you're fantastic. Like I bet you totally understand first responder world. Do you?
Of course.
Oh my God! Then it's just a formality of the test. Then.
Yeah. No, and I would say that the test it's pretty rough because like it cuts you off depending on like what your knowledge is. Like,
sure.
Like it goes up to 200 questions, so it's a little like I remember my test for EMT. It was for the national register. I think they cut me off at like 130 around there, but it was hard.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
My fear for you is not that you'll fail the test. Even if you do fail the test, I see you passing the test. My only fear is how much stock you put in other people's opinions that don't matter. If I were you, I would keep studying like you are, keep working like you are, but I would very intentionally be very, very conscious of the people that you think or know or have done that have thrown you any sort of shade, and try to get yourself away from those people. Because anybody that does that, they have their own defects right now. It's not that they might not love you, but they have their own defects, and you have enough to worry about of helping and fixing them. You have to do you. So get away from that. And that's not to run away from that, but you don't need that negative energy in your life. And just, I mean, I can't tell you how little people really care at the end of the day. Seriously, people, they don't care. They do not care. So if you can really know that like, who cares what they think? Like, do you give a damn if anybody else in the world passes their paramedic exam, pass or fail?
I guess not. No.
Yeah. So why the hell, would it matter to you what they thought? Like it's just it affects you none.
All right, that's fair.
I'm.
When you say it sounds yeah.
I'm serious. The closer you can get to not giving a damn what people think, the more free you will become. I promise you. I promise you. And hey, everybody cares what, people think to an extent. I understand that. But the major things in your life, the things that make you happy, such as being a paramedic and working your ass off to get there, and if you fail, you're going to try again and you will pass. For anybody to pass judgment, they don't deserve your time. So leave them behind for now.
All right. definitely need to do that. Leave the negativity.
Absolutely. So how long till you're done and taking the exam?
So actually, I'm starting school for a week and a half, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And then half of it is online, like half of it, because then we have to do like our training and like there's like our clinicals, and so it's gonna be really intense. It's like 2 years.
2 years.
I'm looking at like pretty much like what I would be going into like nursing.
Okay.
It's very similar.
Yeah. And guys, if you don't know, paramedics on the streets are so much more qualified than a nurse. Like Put me on the street and put a paramedic on the street. They can do so much more legally. It's crazy what paramedics can do. I mean, they can put the tubes down people's throat and put them on life support and all that, and nurses don't do that. So yeah, I got love and respect for you because it is a tough role. But it's a beautiful thing that it's that tough to pass and that tough to get through clinicals because you want to be a good one when you get out there. And I have no doubt about that. The fact that you care so much and that there is so much in you that's like wanting to do this says a lot. It says a lot. So 2 years from now, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to put you in my calendar. And for 2 years, hold on, I got to do this right now because if not, I'm going to forget. I got the ADHD. 2 years from now, so 2021, 22. Hang tight. I don't know where you'll be. I don't know where I'll be. But I'm going to find you, and I'm going to ask you how it went.
Okay.
I'm swiping through my phone.
I mean, it sounds like a plan to me. I mean, you're just gonna motivate me even more. So.
Well, I'm glad, and I'll be checking in on you until then. I want you to say it with me real quick. Nobody's opinion of what I do matters.
Nobody's opinion
Of what I do.
matter.
Of what I do matters.
What I do.
Say it one more time.
Of what I do. Oh man.
Say it one more time with me.
I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize.
Okay.
Say it one more time.
I'm sorry. I'm like really nervous.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Okay. What was it again? I'm sorry.
Nobody's opinion of me matters.
Nobody's opinion of me matters.
Nobody's. I want you to say that all the way up until test time. Nobody's opinion of me matters.
Okay.
The only person's opinion about you that matters is yours. Hold on to that.
Okay.
Go be a paramedic, girl.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye. That's cool, guys. That's cool. I'm still searching my phone. April, March. Oh, not there. Hold on. I got to put this in my phone. 2 years from now. Today is... Okay, we're going to go with Friday. Abigail, paramedic, check on her. Here we go. 30 minutes. I'm setting reminders right now. Remember how I told y'all my calendar is like key? So key. Doing it right now. All right. See there? I'm pretty sure yes, I did. There she is. Right there. She's in my calendar 2 years from now. 2 years from now. 2 years from now, I'm going to hit her up. Abigail, go do it, girl. Go do it. All right. I just hit the decline button on somebody. I'm sorry. Call me back. Man, I love this community. Stream is like full-on group chat right here. Hoganus Hero? Jenna. Yeah. I've butchered that name before, haven't I? Hoganus Hero? I feel like I butchered that name. I apologize. All right, y'all call. A life to die for. I care what people think for admiration, but not for validation. I can get on board with that. Validation is total crap. I agree with you wholeheartedly, girl.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
I don't know what's happening. What is happening?
How you doing, Matt?
What's up? I'm trying to get my technology to stop freaking out. What is happening?
That's all right. I just noticed that because I'm watching the stream right now, and I noticed that the stream is a couple seconds behind.
Yeah.
Just been trying to figure that out. So.
Well, hey, first of all, tell me who is this first?
Do you want me to say internet name, real name?
Whatever you're comfortable with.
All right, I'm on the
on YouTube, I'm Nitro Star.
Yes, that's awesome, man. It's always so cool to like start hearing people's voices of screen names that I've been looking at for a while. What's up, man? Good to meet you.
Good to actually meet. It's good to actually meet you too. I know that you've been busy and all that with a lot of stuff, but I started with in this community making a lot of memes
Uh-huh.
with you and crew and sending them to Holden and Jenna, and I tried sending them to you, but I know that you're busy, so I get that, but I would love to be able to at least be able to speak with you at least once because, for one, Iron Man fan, yay,
Yay.
and two, because finding your channel was actually really cool because not only do we get to see behind the scenes stuff and just learning about you and like I love learning about people. I'm actually a journalism major in college right now. I'm calling you
Yes.
from my dorm room at the moment.
Heck yeah, man. I love it. I love it. Well, before I don't want to forget this. So tell me, what ways have you been sending the memes to me?
Mainly Reddit. Actually,
Okay.
my Reddit name is actually FanficFan920 because I made it when I was like 15,
Okay.
and I'm like almost 20 now. So I made that a long while back, and so if you actually remember when you made that one live stream video that when you had from Holden's apartment, about 75% of the memes that you played from the subreddit on that live were mine.
Holy crap. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think, and it's mostly because at that time I actually uploaded them in like kind of a lump sum because I was making them like all in a row because I was like taking screenshots from the video and then trying to make good jokes with them and then just putting them up all at once. I got a little better because I didn't want to like drown it out, but that was a lot earlier in the time of the community, so that was kind of before I got a little better at doing it, and also because as things kind of started to peter out, now I'm looking back on there's such a back catalog of great screenshots that I'll be able to upload them like at a slower pace, so that way other people will be able to upload their amazing stuff too, and everyone else in the community on Reddit that have been doing that. CK Sidekick I know is one of them.
Yeah.
And Eddie and Spidey Freak and all them. They've been doing amazing jobs at things that that take a lot more of an effort than me. I'm more of a wordplay than like editing a video differently or photoshopping something.
Right.
But it's just but yeah, it's just amazing to see that diversity on Reddit. But it's the fact that I'm able to be a part of something like that because this is the first time I've really been involved in a community like this in this way. You know what I mean?
Dude, that makes me really happy. Like that makes me smile. Seriously, I love that so much. And it's like, here the thing about this community is, sure, like I made the name and the logo got made and all that, but like it's you guys that make this, and it really is. As corny as it sounds, it really is like beautiful. And back to that live stream, what I do remember about Jenna and I in that live stream was all we did was laugh our butts off. So we impromptu, if you guys weren't there, Jenna and I were dog sitting for Holden. He was out of town, and we were like, good Lord, these memes are fire. And 75% of them was him. And we were like, like we got to go live and legit just film our phone because like we could not wait to review them and just show them because we were laughing so hard at them. So I really appreciate it. You'd be like shocked how much laughter and like joy we get out of those. It's really trippy to know that you guys are memeing us. It's hilarious. So I really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. And one of those things that I really love is how authentic you are with your reactions, like and also credit to usually it's Holden behind the camera for doing a great job with editing. It's just there's an authenticity to this because I think the best way to create something is you taking an authentic reaction and either like upping the humor a little bit,
right,
and put it into context, or being able to switch it a little bit. So like one of my so like one of my favorites is when you had when you kind of your eyes widen a little bit and the camera cut a little closer to you, and so I'm scrolling through my old memes right now because I was trying to find the ones in the live stream and that were in the live stream, but the one I ended up finding just now was one where it it was very close to your face, and so I put Thor. I told you you'd die for that, and then Thanos is like, let me stop you right there. So I'm sorry if that was a little bit off topic. I know this is a failure.
No, it's all good.
Failure related thing.
No, it's all good.
But but I just wanted to give a little context.
Heck yeah, man. No, I really, really appreciate it. And hey, yeah, you're right. As far as Reddit goes, I'm fairly new to Reddit. But if for some reason I don't respond, I know this is like archaic, but at least like try to email them to me if I don't see them on Reddit, because I love them so much and I do want to repost them. Like a lot of the stuff that I keep seeing, I want to repost. So yeah, if it's dead silence and you want me to see it, please just email it to me if I'm not hopping on Reddit.
Oh yeah, definitely. Actually, what I was because Reddit, you have actually replied to a couple of my Reddit posts before.
Okay.
What I meant before is when you said you've said it before in your videos with holding that your Instagram is always backed up because because that's how I actually sent a couple of memes to Jenna and Holden, and so and I already mentioned like I totally get that. And
sure.
So I just wanted to make so it's not so you're doing a great job with Reddit, man. You're doing a really good job with that.
I appreciate you.
So I just wanted to make sure to clarify that because you are doing good with Reddit, and so
well, I appreciate you.
I don't want to on yourself like that as well.
No.
You're learning, and that's what honestly your channel really is about in a way, or just you as a person. Because honestly, at this point, I think you and Holden. My friend watches, it's almost like a crossover series in a lot of way with this channel and his.
You're exactly right. You're 100% right. Well, and I appreciate that, man. That means a lot for that. That's really thoughtful for you to say that. Like, like you basically just said there, like, be easy on yourself. You're doing a good job. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Really thoughtful.
It's not a problem. It's not a problem. Not a problem. It's always, in my opinion, like part of the reason why actually I love doing this is because I'm the kind of person that sometimes it's harder for me to get in on a joke, I guess, in a lot of ways.
Okay.
Basically for a background, I actually am on the autistic spectrum. I am autistic spectrum. I have Asperger's.
Okay.
So I'm on that end of it, and I actually didn't really know for sure until I was actually close to getting into college. I've heard the word being thrown about, but I didn't ask my mom hey, do I have this? And she was like, oh yeah, and so yeah, and at that time, it's like I knew that I felt different in a way, but like not in the way that I felt less important. In my opinion, it's like. It's like one of those things where I feel like when I walk in the room, I feel like I'm the smartest person in the room, and part of that is a little disconcerting to me, I guess, in a way, because I don't want to come across like a jerk, but at the same time, the way my mind works is like it's factual, though, but as far as humor goes, because coming with being on the spectrum, it comes with sometimes where I don't get things sometimes, and so I'm never so being in social scenarios can be a little cumbersome, I suppose, or sometimes I won't really get a joke very well, and like that. And so being able to, because superhero movies have been a huge I want to say interest, passion, whatever, because ever since I saw Iron Man back in 2009 or 2010, because I saw Iron Man on TV first, because I didn't start watching the MCU movies in the theater until Avengers, and ever since then I've gotten into the MCU, the DCEU, the Spider-Man, and all that kind of stuff, and it's just really. It's one of my big things. Like if I had to summarize myself to to someone that's meeting me for the first time, like if you're going to speak with me about sports, movies, superhero movies especially, I can go on all day. And so being a part of this community where superhero movies are an aspect of it,
Yeah.
This is one of the first communities I've been a part of in a while, at least in this capacity, where I've really been able to engage and really be able to actually really fit in really well. And
Wow.
and be in on the joke. So and even though I've never been in the room with you guys, it feels like I'm part of that conversation. The conversation, because not to take it back to one of my memes, but a series of memes that I've done is using this screenshot of Holden talking to the camera, and you are in the background waving. And so the whole idea of the joke is that Holden is acting as you saying people don't die and stay dead in superhero movies, and then you represent a character that died in a movie that stays dead. And so it's those kinds of jokes that are specific to this series that people really I wouldn't be able to do a joke like that, not content specifically, but just a joke that so many people would relate to.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But these people get it. Sometimes I might spout off something or quote something from a show that I like to watch, and the crowd I'm with doesn't get it.
Sure.
Doesn't get it.
Yeah.
And so being able to be in a community like that gets it is awesome. And I'm really sorry if I'm talking for too long. That's something I try to work on.
Don't apologize. No. Well, hold. I want you to take that apology back. Say that back to me, please.
All right, I'll take it back.
No, man, I love it. It's friggin' incredible. I really appreciate you calling in. I appreciate you being so friggin' transparent to say that, you're on the spectrum, and what you basically just said is you're nervous to talk, in front of people. And I mean, there's over 55 people watching you right now, and you're talking to me, a stranger, in a sense. So I mean, you did great, and it means so much to know that you feel like a lot of people have told me, I love this community, it's cool, I have support and all that, but you're the first person that has told me, I feel accepted, I feel a part of this, I feel like I'm included. And the way you've said it is in a different light. You fit in, and that gives me goosebumps. That is the same feeling that I get from a bygone gym moment, man. So I'm so friggin' happy that is what you get here. Seriously.
Indeed, yeah, it's a lot. I would clarify something. It's not like I'm nervous to talk. It's really more because my family would tell me that I'm like a chatterbox. I didn't talk very much until I was 2, and then after that I would never shut up.
Okay.
But it's really more of like a paranoia aspect. If I had a paranoia aspect of, did what I say come across right, or did they not get it, or that kind of thing. So it's not like I'm nervous to talk. It's really more nerves about what I'm talking about. But yeah, thank you so much. Thanks so much for saying that.
Absolutely, man, without a doubt. And I get what you're saying. You don't want to come across like a jerk. I get that, and you definitely don't. The very fact that you brought it up in the very beginning and you sort of prefaced, it just goes to show you're not. I've only talked to you once, and I haven't felt that at all. So don't fear that. Don't fear that.
Exactly. It's just one of those times. Because we're at a time where I feel like people really need to listen to each other more than ever. And
I agree.
The problem is that I always sometimes worry that if I ever say something, then there's someone going to clap back at me without ever really knowing anything else about me. But because of people like you who are able to really put themselves out there, and I really want to be able to put myself out there too. But the problem is that depending on how many people really know me, it really depends on, because people that know me will get that I'm very staunch, staunch the right words, but I'm very like steadfast, I guess, in the way that I see things. Like this, my dorm roommates from last year have always said, like, you have said that you know what you want, and we admire that about you. And so, and the problem is, I know that other people might not get it, and so it's something that I try to be cognizant of, but sometimes it's something I have to really monitor a lot. And I'm worried that
Yeah.
I could fail with, and it could fail with. And I'm sorry. One other thing that happens is I sometimes end up trailing off.
No, you're good.
Because I have a thought. But yeah, but yeah, it's something. Yeah, as far as failure goes, it's like that's one thing. But then the only other thing is like failure is like failure is missed opportunities to me. Like, you know how I said I was a journalism major?
Yeah.
So basically, I started this out in high school, and I did that. And so during my time in high school, I did this story about foreign exchange students. And I was doing these interviews with a whole bunch of like host parents and foreign exchange students. And I came to this one family, and their story all on their own absolutely blew my mind. Like, I was just doing this general story about foreign exchange students, and then I came across these specific people, and their story was amazing. They actually had owned a flight school, and they were teaching their foreign exchange students to fly and all sorts of things like that. I don't want to go too far into it. And after meeting them, I really wanted to be able to do a story just about them, but I'd already had set myself an assignment, and I needed to finish it out. And in the end, the story that I ended up making ended up not being very good. And so I feel like I kind of failed them in a way because I didn't know these people existed until I went to visit them, and they were like 15 minutes away from my house. And I feel like a lot of other people should be able to know who these people are, and in a sense, I feel like I failed them in that way. And it's something that I'm really hoping to rectify in the future, should I get the opportunity to. And so it's like basically the way that I process failure is more missed opportunities and not a lack of success.
So is that a good thing in your head or a bad thing? I'm trying to figure that out.
Well, it's like, for me, I'm very people oriented, I suppose, because so for example, if some stranger, were to come up to me and say you suck, I'm like, okay, like, cool, have a nice day and whatever. And
right.
But if it's somebody that I've gotten to know and somebody that I've come to care about, it's more about that, because the more that I know about them, the more that I care, the more that I want to be able to do something that's for them in a way. So, like, representing my family, or writing a story that showcases these people to the world. If I miss the opportunity to do that, then I feel like I fail, because a lack of success is something that I think I can push forward with. Like, for example, I was a straight A student for like all the time up until I got to AP Calculus in high school. I never got an A in it ever, the only class I've ever done it. But I have worked my butt off in that class, and I felt happy, because even though I failed to do this, I still felt proud about where I was. So, like, a lack of success doesn't really mean failure to me. Failure is more about fulfilling what I feel is obligated to someone. Like, for example, like you, for instance, like you deserve like the best because of how positive you are, and like literally just today you were doing that positive attack that I saw on your community post, and so you deserve like the world, man. And so I wanted to be able to at least call you and be able to at least talk to you once, to actually be able to speak to you once, because of how we actually end up sharing like a favorite character in the MCU with Iron Man.
Absolutely.
And then with this aspect here too, because I know it's what your channel is. I know this isn't supposed to be like a superhero thing mainly, but being able to talk to you at least once and be able to share my story with you is something that I really feel I wanted to be able to do. And now that I've done that, I feel like that's where I've succeeded. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely. For you, I think it's if you do have that opportunity to rectify it, I think it is a good thing because I think you view it as like you said, sort of exposure for them and a good thing for them because of who they were. So I think that's good. And I will tell you that it's impossible to control the perception of strangers. It's just impossible. They're going to think what they want to think because they simply don't know you. So preface yourself lightly because I have a good friend that prefaces everything he says and it drives him nuts about himself that he prefaces everything. So be careful with prefacing because it can drive you nuts because I know someone that it drives nuts. So, but I'm happy for you. That's good. And yeah, dude, I'm glad I got to talk to you. That's awesome. And I'm going to be watching for the memes. I'm watching.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tell Jenna that I said hello and that I really hope you all have a very nice live stream, and hopefully I'll be able to be on for the next ones because college can sometimes be like that.
I get it. Yeah, it doesn't have to be the last time, man. Again, I can't thank you enough for calling in and being so transparent, for real.
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait to see to see you grow in your journey into appreciating film. I went through that. I went through something similar in high school for just film in general, and I'm just so excited to see somebody else take that journey and
heck yeah, man,
and learn a lot about it. So
heck
I'm excited
yeah.
to see what's next for you too.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you. I bet I'll be talking to you soon.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you as well, and thanks everyone, and thank you to everyone out there that has listened to us talk for 20 minutes. I'm sorry that we're too long.
Don't apologize. One more time. Take it back.
All right, take it back. Take it back. Good luck. I am excited to see who else is going to be able to call in tonight.
Heck yeah, man. All right, I thank you. Later on.
You too. Bye.
Oh man, that's oh man, it gives me goosebumps for real. That's just oh my god. All right, I'm gonna get back to the chat real quick. Okay. Double O Kevin, he only gave me 5 minutes on the call. I know. It's because I have no perception of time. All right. Tyler Gillette, look at this, a real American Ninja Warrior in the chat right now. Love to talk about failure, huge driving force. Yeah, man. Tyler, how you doing, brother? How you doing, man? Tyler, you want to call in real quick? Huh? You want to call in real quick? You kind of got the number. You kind of got the number, man. If you want to call in, let me know. Jared.
To accept, press 1. To send.
Jared?
Yeah.
What up, Jared? What's up?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm pretty good. I'm surprised I actually got through.
You got through, man. You got through, my man. Hey, what's your screen name?
Jay Cook.
Jake. Oh my God. I keep.
Yeah, I go by Jay because sometimes it's hard for people to say Jared.
This is.
I don't know why, so I just go by Jay.
So this is now the third person, people, that I know. He was on the podcast. We've known each other for quite some time. So how you been, man?
I've been pretty good. I've been pretty good lately. It's been some growth in my life. So
How so?
Everything's good. Some good and some bad. Some things that are lingering that I probably should deal with. But just things that I needed to see and I needed to go through. And yeah.
Okay. Well, are they things that you wanted to happen or unexpected? What do you mean?
Expected, yes. And wanted to. Yes and no, but I guess it's all in learning because some things it's probably things that I need to grow from that I needed to learn. So that's probably what it really is. Just things that I probably that I probably ignored in the past, and now that I'm seeing it for what it is, I'm addressing it right then and there.
Now, is that different from what you used to do, addressing it right then and there as compared to putting it off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the success?
Yeah, definitely, because I think a lot of things of what I've been through and kind of the things I've been through this week, the person that I used to be would have probably slipped out, but now I've gotten to a point where it doesn't affect me at all.
Why?
I've been, I guess, coming to peace with things, and coming to peace with life, and understanding that things will happen the way that it is.
Acceptance.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I mean, you sound like you're doing incredible. You sound like you're doing incredible then. I mean.
Yeah, it's been a journey. It's been a journey. I'm stubborn sometimes, and I beat myself up through the process, but I've learned to just, for one, I've been meditating.
Nice.
And fasting as well, so that's probably been the reason I've been feeling better lately. But it's just a lot of things that I probably should have been doing, and that because of the situations that I've been in, I guess mentally I couldn't allow myself to get there.
But you feel like you're on the way now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Getting in therapy and stuff like that. So.
Good for you, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and this is on the side of my head too. You still playing violin?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice. That makes me smile,
I don't
man.
post that much, but
I know. Okay. All right. You know what I said. I was like, come on, post everything. I want to see it. But I get it, man. I get it. That's
really. I'm at the point now where I guess I'm more working on what I need to work on, and a lot of times I feel bad for not recording, but I've gotten to a point where either if I'm posting, as long as I'm posting, that's all that matters, and I'll get to the point where that I can record and feel better about my plans.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. And I say that from encouragement and not like forcing. I mean,
right.
you definitely have to. I think you definitely have to be in the headspace to do that. But I think it's definitely. You definitely can't let that be like, I'm not comfortable, because it's not comfortable. But yeah, I mean, you definitely have to be in a safe headspace. So respect to that. Well, I got my eyes peeled, man. Yeah, I'm
definitely gonna try. It's just I need to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Because even if I videotape it and put it out, if I'm not comfortable with it, I'm not gonna I won't put it out.
So, and me, I always trying to. I mean, what if you just shot, recorded, and saved it?
Yeah, that's an idea. I don't do that because I don't like to record myself, because I don't actually like to listen to myself. I'm one of those musicians.
Nobody. So I compare.
I like to hear myself play.
Right, and I get that, and this is, and you and I think we had this conversation at one point that nobody ever wants to see their before photos, but they love seeing them when they have the after photos. So shoot those videos, put them in a safe, bury that safe in the ocean, do whatever you got to do, but just get that footage, man. Get that footage, because one day you're gonna want that back.
Yeah, that's true. I'll definitely do that.
Well, do it. I'll be on the lookout. I'm glad to hear from you, brother.
Yeah, definitely. No problem, man. You have a good night. Tell Jenna I said what's up.
I'll do it. I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye. So I just hung up with Tyler Gillette as he was calling in. I just told him, "Hey, bro, call in. Call into this. I guess this is a show now, right? I guess this is pretty much a show." So I'm gonna call him. Tyler's got my number, so that's why I'm calling him. What's up, Tyler Gillette?
I think I called the wrong number there, buddy.
Wait, did you call like my cell phone, or did you call the number on the screen?
Well, I called your phone, and obviously I think you might have been mid-call, but then there's a number on the screen. I think I should have called that one. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Either one is fine. It's fine. So what's up, man? What's new with you? Because you've been posting content like crazy. If you guys didn't know, Tyler is the ninja that I did the training with, that video. He is a real-life American Ninja Warrior.
I feel like out of all of the lives that you're doing this week, this one I can relate to the most.
Yep.
My life for the past however many years has just been constant failure.
You have such a beautiful outlook on progress, self-motivation. I mean, you're very well-rounded, and Tyler and I, for the little bit of time that he was here, we connected so much. You're a very positive person, but you have a really good mindset about failure. I really like the way you look at it. I'll let you talk now.
Whatever. I'm just your show, man. I'm just here to say whatever you want me to say. No. Yeah. I mean, I guess my personal examples for failure is every single year that I've been on American Ninja Warrior, I've failed because, as right now, all the shows or episodes that have aired, I have not beat the entire thing. Out of the thousands of people that have tried, every single person has failed. Even the people that won the entire thing, only 3 people have ever beat the entire course, but no one's ever done it on their first time. They have all failed countless times before they even got to the point of being the whole thing. And there's so many people on there that have achieved so much success through their failures on the show.
Yeah.
That, I don't know, it's something that, it sounds kind of straightforward. You fail the obstacle, you fall in the water, and you have to wait a whole year to pick yourself up to do it again. But when that's the whole sport, that you have to wait for an entire year, it's the most humbling sport. But
yeah,
it's taught me to be comfortable with failure like that in everyday life. It might sound cliche, but it's actually true.
Yeah.
Just subconsciously, like if things don't necessarily go my way, I go, cool, pick up and try again, and it just like doesn't faze me anymore. Not to say that failure isn't hard, but it's what I've learned from most. So it can be hard. Some failures are easier than others, but my mindset on failure has just changed so much since I've started training and competing on American Ninja Warrior because of that.
Well, and everyone loves that underdog story. Like, sure, it's cool for like whoever to get up and do it the first time. Like, yeah, that's memorable. But talk about the person that's failed 15, 20 times, came back and then won or accomplished the goal or whatever. That is always so much more impressive because you're staring at the face of adversity, and like that's so memorable and so relatable, and like people feel that. They feel like, holy crap, Tyler Gillette, like he failed every single time, and the like the day that you do it, I am going to find you wherever you are in the world, regardless of what is happening, and I'm going to tackle you with a hug because I know how much it means to you, and I love that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But like I said, everyone, even the people that have completed the whole thing, no one's done it in their first year.
Exactly.
Everyone failed, and it's very interesting because I don't want everything. I love Ninja Warrior, and I love going out there and doing it. I do it also because it's fun, and obviously it's something that I'm very passionate about. But it just so happens that my goal, kind of one of my biggest goals in life, is to try to show people and convince people to chase their dreams and go after what they want, and not to be afraid of failure or all the things that kind of stand in their way, the obstacles that stand in your way. And it's interesting that I connected to Ninja Warrior because that's what the whole show and community is all about.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be known more than just American Ninja Warrior. Like, that is something that I love and I'm passionate about, and people know me from that. That's fantastic. But I want to be known for more than that. And now that I'm at the point where I'm branching out and doing more things, whether that's acting, stunt work, YouTube videos that I'm, getting back into doing. I have so many different things that I'm kind of branching into. I am so ready for that failure again because people, when you branch off from something that people love, it's like, oh, I follow him because he does ninja stuff.
Yeah.
And I love ninja stuff. I'm going to continue to do ninja stuff. But the second I deviate and do something else, a lot of people, and I've got this before, just don't care. It's like, you're not doing ninja stuff, I don't care. But I can't let that, stop me because I know that branching off and doing more things is going to be harder than just sticking to what I know. But sticking to what you know isn't necessarily the best way to progress through life.
I agree.
Continuing the same thing over and over and over. So I'm excited for it. I try to be excited for getting into new things that I'm passionate about, even if I'm not good at them. Sometimes it's hard, and sometimes it's easier than others. But yeah, like I said, my whole passion is to like show people that you can achieve whatever that is. And for mine, it just so happens to be through American Ninja Warrior at the moment, and hopefully it'll branch off, and I can show people that it's possible, no matter where you come from, no matter what you face, to face that failure and go after it in more mediums than just ninja, more than just one medium, you know?
Yeah, and if you guys don't know, Tyler does have a channel. Wait, what is it? Let me. I'm gonna plug it right quick because I know, like, I see what you're doing. You're really consistent. Hold on, I gotta find it. Hold on, I gotta find it. It is. Is it Tyler Gillette?
It's just Tyler Gillette, yeah.
Got it. Hold on, I gotta plug it.
Good, bro. You don't.
No,
you don't have,
no, I'm doing it. No, I'm doing it. It's done.
For real, like.
Nope, doing it.
I just hopped in, saw you were talking about failure, and I was like, I can relate. I fail all the time. That is my job. Like, that's what I do professionally.
This isn't because you're my friend and you do all the flips and all that crap. This is because I know you have good to give, and I know that channel is gonna be bringing even more than the American Ninja Warrior. And you and I have been talking off camera about many things that we're gonna do together, and I know you have good to give. That's the reason I'm plugging it. I don't care about you. I don't care about you. It's your channel.
I know you don't.
Dude, I appreciate you calling. Seriously.
Yeah, for sure, man.
All right.
I appreciate you doing what you're doing.
For sure. I love you. I'll talk to you soon.
See you, man.
It's an impressive human being right there. He really is. Tyler needs a sponsorship from Gillette. I mean, come on. How fitting. I agree. I totally agree. All right. There was a super chat way earlier, and I apologize. It took a minute to get to you. Hold on. Where are you at? I'm looking for you. Where'd it go? I'm looking. What the heck? I am looking. Y'all hold on. What the heck? It's not pulling them up. I apologize. I saw there was a super chat and now it's gone. Like I can't even scroll up to find it. What the heck? Well, I apologize. I saw you and it disappeared. I'm really, really sorry about that. Slick it on a biscuit or a savory croissant. That was Holden Hardman's rap. That's right. You didn't know it, but he did it. That was like an hour ago, Matt. Yeah, I know, Jay Woofy. I know. Shout out to Alex W. giving out SC and being encouraging. I missed it, Random Andy. Thank you for the super chat, man. You didn't have to do that. All right. I'm gonna take one more call, and then I think we'll wrap it up. Somebody's calling in right now.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
That's so funny that I hear myself in the background. Who's this?
This is Pastor calling.
Pastor! Wait.
What's up, man?
Pastor from Snapkeep Videos, Pastor.
That is correct.
What's up, man? How are you?
Pretty good, man.
What's happening?
I wanted to call because of the theme tonight, and lately I've been writing down things that, have been helping me out and helping me get through the day and keeping my mind on track, and I think it's a little appropriate for the evening, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Hit me with it, without a doubt.
A couple points that I've come across, since I've been doing this little project, Lessons of the Day is what I call it. I just jot down one thing every day. Don't rule out the path that's less traveled.
Yes.
I think that applies a lot with, adversity and wondering, why are you doing what you're doing if, failure is your current objective that you're trying to, get over. And, I think that's something that people overlook, and they think that judgment follows it, so they just overlook it entirely.
Yeah.
And the other thing is probably more appropriate to when you get to the finish line of what you're trying to accomplish, and that's to remember where you came from in the sense that pride should be a garnish on the entire plate of humility.
Oh my God, Pastor, say it again.
That
last, Jesus.
Pride should be a garnish on the entire plate of humility.
Dude, that is so. If you guys didn't know, like, this isn't the first time that Jesus, this isn't the first time that pastors like drop some knowledge like that. Like, you've done that in other videos where I'm like, I take a step back. I'm like, who the hell is this? Like, that was, I love it. I love it, love it, love it, man. I love it. I just plugged Pastor's channel in the chat if you want to check him out. Incredible channel. You've been super consistent, man. Let me ask you something. Like, where do you think, like, you have that wisdom? Where did that come from with you?
I've always kind of been an observer for the most part. I usually, being that I come from different walks of life, so to speak, like I was born in a big city. Now I live in a smaller town. I came from a place where you got to be exposed to so many different types of people, types of culture. Being New York City is where I'm referring to. And the fact that I was just able to live there, first of all, afford to. My parents were able to, raise me there and keep me safe. And I was able to look at people and observe what humans do to one another and what they can do to one another or for one another in both negative and positive states. So I always had the coming of age story for myself would be, who do I want to be in 10, 15 years? And when I get there, am I happy with what I've done? So I always have usually a notebook or some sort of small pen and paper, or now that smartphones are so easily, accessible and usable for this kind of thing, I just write stuff down. And sometimes they end up in video scripts, sometimes they end up in D&D campaigns, if I want to make a character that's based off of something. But I was so fascinated at a young age with failing at something and having the passion and knowing that no one can tell you anything about it. It's all on you.
Absolutely.
For me, a good story would be driving stick shift and how I knew that I wanted to drive a stick. I wanted to be able to get into a stick shift car, drive it, because I was a big Fast and the Furious, fan growing up and everything, and I didn't know how to drive stick. So I bought my first car as a manual, transmission, not knowing how to drive it, knowing that I probably wasn't going to be able to drive myself anywhere for a while, and I was okay with that. And there were times where I asked myself, why did I do this? Why did I do this? And my dad told me, one of these days you're just going to get up and you're not going to understand why, but you're going to know how to do this. And you're never going to remember the moment when you didn't know how to do it. And I was like, well, isn't that bad? And he goes, no, because you're going to know it happened. You're just not going to recall. So you'll know it happened at one point, but it's not going to be important enough to dwell on it because you're going to move past it. And I've applied that with everything. I've applied that with, my mental health and my physical health and just my social health and everything. And this community and this, I just want to commend you first and foremost on this idea, this project, because it does bring me back in the day when people would call in and, tell their stories and share their lives and people can just comment and everyone could be heard and everyone can lay it all out on the line. And it's incredible. So kudos on that, man, for sure.
Well, thanks, brother. I appreciate you. That's so you just said you'll never remember when you didn't know. Is that what you just said?
Well, yeah, you'll as far as me driving the stick shift part,
right.
My dad said, you'll never remember the feeling of not knowing how to do this.
Once you get it, yeah.
Yeah, because once you achieve it, it's like your mind is already used to it so much that you're gonna go, man, I don't remember what it feels like to not know how to do this. Or a good example, or maybe a different example that'll apply is like a breakup, like your very first breakup. You'll always remember that it happened, but you're not gonna go and meet that person or run into that person 15 years later and automatically fall in love with them again.
Yeah,
that's not. You're gonna look and say, I remember when we were together, but I don't feel those feelings for you anymore.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean it didn't happen, but it doesn't affect you anymore, and you're able to move on.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. And it's, I think for sitting and being in the failure, like being there with not just for me, not just, nursing license and failing that and all that, but there's been other things for sure. But sitting in that failure, knowing that if you continue, if you keep going, if you keep working on it, you'll never know that feeling about that thing. You'll never be there again because you will have accomplished it. That's what I just took from what you just said, and I fully agree with it.
Yeah, definitely. It's life's a marathon. It's not a sprint, and you basically you're going to be the person that you want to be, and as long as you're true to yourself, not going to really fail. Life's not going to be a problem. It's just going to be an adventure, and it's something to be to look forward to. Because if you're not true to yourself, then things are not going to fall in line. But if you are, and you're able to be true to you and know that your story is your own, and no one has the right to write it for you, then you'll be fine.
You just said that. You said being true to yourself. I think what that means is because you know what the more difficult decision is. You know what you truly want, but the easier decision is to not do it. But being true to yourself would be choose the more difficult decision. Like you said in the very beginning, the road less traveled, be true to yourself and go towards that. And failure is only final when you quit. Like when you walk away and you stop, that's when it's truly failure. Or when you don't learn from it, that's truly failure. Failure should be looked at as these are just stepping stones. Like, I'm just going to start again. I'm going to learn more. So you got bygone Jim moments all up in you, Pastor.
Oh, well, I mean, anytime I say something that affects just one soul, man, it's, I feel like I can move on to another project. So, I mean, I'm just so thankful, to be part of this community, to be able to contribute to it, to be able to, carry it on when the rest of us are, when you're at work, I can go hop on and reach out to the same group of people and more people. And it's just such a humbling feeling to know that, we have this ability with technology and just the fact that we're all so transparent, man. It's just such a great thing.
I agree with you. Dude, I really appreciate you calling, and I feel absolutely ridiculous. Why are you not maybe it's because you called the Google number? That's really weird that your name didn't pop up. That's really, did you call the Google number or did you call my personal phone?
I think I called the Google number.
Okay,
It was the number
all right.
that was on your screen.
That's why.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why. Well, right on, man. Well, I'll talk to you soon. I appreciate you.
Heck yeah, man. Have a good one, bud.
All right, love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye.
All right, y'all. That was awesome. What a great way to end it. That's it. This was day 4 of 7 days of live. I love you all. I really appreciate you. I apologize if I missed super chats. It was a great conversation. We'll be back for day 5 of 7 days of live tomorrow. I'll see y'all then. I love you. Thank you so much.